Welcome to our deep dive into the world of hackers. Today we're uncovering 15 shocking facts about hackers that you need to know. You see them as digital ghosts lurking in the shadows of the internet, faceless avatars, lines of code their weapons. But what do you really know about them? The truth is, the world of hacking is a complex one, a digital battleground where the lines between right and wrong blur. Get ready because we're about to pull back the curtain, expose the secrets, and show you the reality of the hackers among us. Not all hackers are created equal. White hats are ethical hackers, fortifying systems and fixing vulnerabilities. They work in the shadows to keep us safe. Black hats are driven by greed and chaos. They exploit systems for personal gain. Grey hats walk the line, exposing vulnerabilities. Their motives are complex, mixing curiosity and challenge. Here's a truth that might surprise you. Most successful attacks don't require sophisticated hacking skills. That's right, the weakest link in the chain is often you. Think about it. That weak password you use for everything, the outdated software you never update, the phishing emails you click on without thinking. These are the open doors hackers look for. They prey on your complacency, your ignorance. They know that most people are too busy, too trusting to take the necessary precautions, and that's all it takes. One slip-up, one moment of vulnerability, and they're in. In 2017, the world got a taste of what a major cyber attack could do. WannaCry, a ransomware attack of unprecedented scale, crippled hundreds of thousands of computers across the globe. Hospitals, banks, government agencies, no one was immune. The attack spread like wildfire, exploiting a vulnerability in Windows systems, encrypting data and holding it hostage for ransom. WannaCry was a wake-up call, a stark reminder of our collective vulnerability in a hyper-connected world. It showed us that even the most sophisticated systems are vulnerable to attack, and that the consequences can be devastating. Hidden beneath the surface of the internet lies a digital underworld, a place where anonymity reigns supreme, the dark web. It's a place where hackers buy, sell, and trade everything from stolen data and malware to hacking tools and weapons. But the dark web is more than just a criminal marketplace. It's also a haven for whistleblowers, activists, and journalists operating in repressive regimes, a place where they can communicate and share information without fear of censorship or reprisal. It's a dangerous place, the dark web, but it's also a reminder that the internet is a complex and multifaceted tool, capable of both great good and great harm. You might think that hackers use highly sophisticated, custom-built tools to carry out their attacks, and while that's true in some cases, the reality is that many hackers rely on readily available tools and software. Metasploit, Nmap, Wireshark. These are just a few examples of tools that are used by both ethical and unethical hackers. They're powerful tools capable of scanning networks, identifying vulnerabilities, and exploiting weaknesses. The point is, the tools are out there, readily available to anyone with the knowledge and the inclination to use them. In the digital age, data is power, and hackers know it. Encryption encodes information, making it unreadable without the proper key. It's vital for protecting our data, but for hackers, it's a challenge. Strong encryption methods like AES and RSA are tough to crack, yet hackers persist, seeking weaknesses and backdoors. We live in a world increasingly reliant on smart devices, smartphones, smart TVs, smart refrigerators, smart homes. They're all connected, sharing data, making our lives more convenient. But this interconnectedness comes at a price: increased vulnerability. Hackers see these devices as easy targets, often lacking the robust security features of computers and smartphones. A compromised smart camera could give them eyes inside your home. A hacked router could grant them access to your entire network. The more we invite these devices into our lives, the more important it becomes to prioritize security and understand the risks. Not all attacks are created equal. While some hackers cast a wide net, hoping to snare as many victims as possible, others prefer a more targeted approach. This is spear phishing, where hackers craft highly personalized attacks aimed at specific individuals or organizations. They'll spend time researching their targets, gathering information from social media, company websites, and public databases. They'll use this information to create convincing emails, fake websites, or social media messages designed to trick you into clicking a malicious link or giving up sensitive information. The more information they have, the more convincing their attacks become, and the more likely you are to fall victim. The world of technology is constantly evolving, and hackers are always one step ahead. They're relentless learners, constantly seeking out new knowledge, new techniques, new exploits. They frequent online forums, sharing information and code, learning from each other's successes and failures. They dissect malware, reverse engineer software, and experiment with new tools and techniques. The point is, becoming a hacker isn't about getting a degree or a certification. It's about a thirst for knowledge, a willingness to experiment, and a constant drive to stay ahead of the curve. For some hackers, it's not about money or personal gain. It's about making a statement, challenging authority, and fighting for beliefs. These hacktivists disrupt, expose, and make their voices heard. Groups like Anonymous attack governments and corporations. They leak documents, deface websites, and disrupt services. Hacktivism is controversial, seen as protest or illegal, but hacktivists have the power to influence the world. Governments around the world are cracking down on cybercrime, enacting stricter laws and harsher penalties for those who engage in malicious hacking activities. No longer a harmless prank, cybercrime is now recognized as a serious threat, with the potential to disrupt critical infrastructure, compromise national security, and cause widespread financial damage. The consequences for those who are caught are severe, ranging from hefty fines to lengthy prison sentences. The message is clear. The digital world may seem lawless, but the real-world consequences are very real. We've all been there, at a coffee shop, an airport, a hotel, desperate for a Wi-Fi connection. But that free, unsecured Wi-Fi network could be a hacker's dream come true. Without proper security protocols, your data is essentially being broadcast for anyone to intercept. Hackers can easily eavesdrop on your online activity, stealing your passwords, credit card information, and other sensitive data. They can also launch man-in-the-middle attacks, positioning themselves between you and the websites you're trying to access, intercepting and even manipulating the data that's being transmitted. Hacking isn't just the domain of lone wolves and criminal gangs. Governments around the world have recognized the power of cyber warfare, assembling elite teams of hackers to carry out espionage, sabotage, and disinformation campaigns. These state-sponsored hackers are often highly skilled and well-resourced, with access to cutting-edge technology and sophisticated tactics. Their targets: critical infrastructure, government agencies, financial institutions, and even political campaigns. Groups like APT-28, Russia, and APT-41, China, have been linked to major cyber attacks, highlighting the growing threat of state-sponsored hacking in an increasingly interconnected world. We often think of hacking as something that only happens in the digital realm, but the reality is that hackers can just as easily target the physical world, exploiting vulnerabilities in everything from ATMs and traffic lights to power grids and medical devices. Imagine a world where hackers can remotely disable a city's power grid, causing widespread blackouts and chaos, or where they can manipulate traffic signals, creating gridlock or even causing accidents. As our world becomes increasingly reliant on interconnected systems, the potential consequences of physical hacking become even more dire. Thanks for watching. If you found this video informative, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insights into the world of cybersecurity. Stay safe online. We've only scratched the surface of this complex and ever-evolving world. But remember, knowledge is power. The more you understand about the methods, the motives, and the minds of hackers, the better equipped you'll be to protect yourself. Stay vigilant, stay informed, and stay safe in our increasingly interconnected world.